I have watched and read a lot of commentaries with regards to somebody calling the Ratels rats. I'm here to give my 2 cents with regards to the subject matter. Before you can join issues with anyone, you must look at the person's background and know what the person stands for and know the impact the person has made. It is with regards to what the person stands for and the results and the impact he has made with regards to what he stands for, you will know how to answer him. And in this particular case, I don't know much about Seun Kuti. Neither do I want to know. Why? Because I've not seen the impact he has made as a person with regards to the Nigerian nation. I have not seen the clear-cut blueprint of what he stands for. So how and why will I join issue with such a person? Him calling Ratels rats amounts to little or nothing, because his opinion of the Ratels does not matter. What he says about the Ratels does not matter. His opinion counts for nothing. Yes. One thing that makes me to wonder is what makes him to think he's a friend to VDM. Because from what I understand about friendship, when you are truly a friend to someone, even if you quarrel later, even if you go your separate ways later, there are details about the friendship you must not touch, because true friendship requires that. How can somebody that professes to be a friend to someone come on air and tell people he has slept in my house? What kind of friend are you? He has eaten my salt. He has taken my pepper. What kind of friend does that? That is childish. That is immaturity in display. So how can you take the opinion of somebody like that serious? He's not even a serious-minded person. So why will you join issues with him? In the course of my research, I came to find out that there's nothing peculiar, there's nothing special about Seun Kuti or the sister that call members of the Ratels Bontrowe. The only thing that keeps them afloat is the name and royalty of Fela. If you remove Fela Kuti from Seun, he amounts to nothing. He will automatically become a gutter boy, because it is the name Fela Kuti that is keeping him afloat. The royalty that comes from his songs is what is keeping him afloat. Can anybody think or remember a song that Seun Kuti sang that went viral? None. As a person, there is nothing positive he has done to contribute to the society. So how do you listen to such a person? My conclusion is that he is not even normal. The things that he's taking has made him to be unstable upstairs. That he called Ratels rats does not offend me. Why? Because there are people that rats are far more better than. People like Seun Kuti. Why? Because even rats are hustlers. They hustle for their food. They hustle for their shelter. Rat does not depend on anyone for what they eat or where they sleep or what they drink. But Seun Kuti cannot survive on his own. As I said earlier, remove Fela Kuti from him, he will automatically become a poor gutter boy. Unlike VDM, that came from the streets and achieved influence by the making of the ancestors and hard work. Now, I want to say this in passing. Those that are trying to stand against VDM, those that want to be against VDM should understand that VDM is no longer a person. VDM is now a movement. And in that movement are millions of Nigerians. So if you come for VDM, there are millions of Ratels that will come against you. And it will not be funny. I was on Twitter the other day when I came across this tweet from one of the lawyers of VDM by the name Deji, where he was trying to make Nigerians understand that Sowore is beyond fault. That even though he was caught robbing a bank, his integrity will be intact. Wow. Clap for him. Why will his integrity be intact? Because he has fought for justice and freedom for about 36 years. Interesting. So if somebody is caught robbing a bank, the person's integrity will still be intact. Why are robbers that rob banks in prison custody? Or is that integrity after robbing a bank reserved only for Sowore? That statement is manipulative. And it is not all Nigerians that you can manipulate. That he has been an activist, an advocate for freedom and justice for about 36 years doesn't amount to anything if there's no impact, if there are no results. Every endeavor in life is subject to impact and result. Yes. Without impact and result, any endeavor is useless. And that brings me to this question. What impact has Sowore made? What results has Sowore achieved in his 36 years of advocacy for freedom and justice? What difference has he made? How many Nigerians has been impacted? How many Nigerians can testify that for sure it is because of Sowere's advocacy that my life has changed? It is because of Sowere's advocacy that Nigeria has changed this much. When advocacy for justice and freedom is not done with pure intention, the result is what you are seeing in Nigeria. Most of the people that are advocating for justice, freedom, equity, equality, they are doing it with ulterior motives. They are doing it because of what they can get. They are just presenting a front. But deep down, they don't care about the Nigerian people. They don't care about what is happening in Nigeria, the country and the citizens. Compared to VDM, that has been around for just 3 to 4 years, from 2023. Look around, you will see the schools he has built. Look around, you will see lives that he has impacted. You can feel what he has done. You can see what he has done. You can touch what he has done. I told us earlier, every life endeavor is about result. Every life endeavor is about impact. It's not about how long you have been here. There's this adage that says, it's not how long, it is how well. And let me ask at this juncture, we are told that Sowore is fighting for justice and freedom. How come he failed to acknowledge that the things Lord did that landed him in Kuje are criminal? How come he's offering blind support to Lord? Nobody is against you offering him support. But what is bad is you not acknowledging what he has done as being criminal. If it is Sowore that was accused of collecting 500 million when he did not, if it is Sowore that was accused of endorsing an app that has been alleged to be used to scam people, if it is Sowore's name and face that was put on a billboard, will he just walk past and see it as nothing? He cannot. That thing you cannot shove down your throat. You want VDM to shove it down his throat. He cannot. VDM has told you people, he is a proud and egoistic person. So that thing you cannot accept. You can't force VDM to accept it. And if you profess to be fighting for justice and freedom, you must first of all acknowledge that Lord committed criminality against VDM before we talk of the civil aspect. So you're not acknowledging that. Not only you, your supporters like Shehu Kuti, your supporters like Deji, for not acknowledging that Lord first is at fault. You make yourself partisan. You make yourselves not worthy advocates for justice and freedom. And I ask, is this the kind of country you want to lead? Is that the kind of country you want to be president of? Where criminality is not addressed. Where people who are rich, when they are brought to book, you will turn it to be oppression. That is what is presently obtainable in Nigeria. You could as well carry on, because what makes you different from others? On a final note, I wish to advise, when VDM returns from his 2 weeks of internet, when he returns from his 2 weeks of rest, he should not bother himself addressing all these distractions. He should not waste his time addressing all these unnecessary provocations, because addressing them is totally unnecessary. One thing he should do is this: he should henceforth choose his friends wisely, because it's very, very important as his rise to prominence continues.